Stop female genital mutilation. It is a painful, barbaric and unhealthy tradition that cannot and will never stop the impulse of men and women to fulfill their sexual desires in nefarious ways because FGM is based on unconscious religious philosophy. Female genital mutilation, FGM, is a traditional practice within many Muslim-influenced cultures where the genitals of young girls are cut off to limit vaginal use. Such mutilations can range from the cutting off of the clitoris to the removal of the entire external genitalia. Once healed, this non-medical procedure dramatically reduces the vaginal opening, leaving only a small opening for urinating. Female genital mutilation is not only barbaric, it is an extremely painful practice that often results in death or lifelong pain, discomfort and infections for girls who undergo it. Female genital mutilation has been outlawed by the World Health Organization for many decades. It is still being practiced, however, by many cultures in Asia, the Middle East and Africa. The main reason for the persistence of FGM is that it is being used as a tool to reduce or eliminate sexual desire in women and girls. The practice developed in ancient times when religious philosophers across many faiths searched for ways to control human sexuality. But while some faiths stopped at shackling women in chastity belts, others went further by altering the female genitalia, believing it would protect women from being used by the devil to trick men into committing sin. The superstitious belief that gods and devils manipulate human nature is the same reason why some faiths still demand that women cover themselves in public. They believe that if any part of a woman is seen by any man other than their husbands, unwanted desire would rise in men. Therefore, all such temptations must be eliminated from society. If this is so, why are there still tribes of people in some regions of Africa, Asia and South America walking around naked and there is no problem with sexual perversion and promiscuity? Blinded by religious philosophy, many cultures still believe that sexual promiscuity such as adultery and prostitution is the result of women not being able to control their sexual desires. Husbands therefore, fear leaving their homes for extended periods of time, believing that their wives will seek to fulfill their sexual desires with other men. Having circumcised wives makes men feel better knowing that their wives will not fall victim to tools of the devil. There is also the added bonus of knowing that most other men will have little desire to seduce a circumcised woman. Corrupt sexual desire is a problem that many societies worldwide have been struggling to manage ever since humans began to develop social morality. What people overlook or don't know is that sexual desire is a natural instinct in humans. To control sexual desire by physical means betrays true understanding of human behavior. That is, unless we persist in our power-loving tendencies to control others by force. The real truth is that sexual desire can be controlled by non-physical means and is the responsibility of both genders, not just women. Female genital mutilation is pervasive in many African cultures because it is ingrained in tradition. Cultural tradition is a coalescing force that gives individuals within a society a sense of belonging. Humans are social creatures, meaning we generally dislike to exist in isolation from other humans. We find comfort in family and friends and socialize with others who share common heritage and spiritual beliefs. We learn by mimicking and gain acceptance through adaptation. Once adaptations are practiced over several generations, they become ingrained in the psychology of people and become traditions. It is no wonder therefore that female genital mutilation, or the cut, is most often executed by women, the same women who once kicked and screamed when it was being done to them. These women have become so brainwashed by the tradition that they now see FGM as a rite of passage that signals a young girl's worthiness for marriage at only 9 and 10 years old. In essence, women in such societies have become no more than property of the men, like goats and donkeys. They see nothing wrong with it because they are taught that a woman's place is to serve a man. Stopping FGM is a difficult task that will require changing cultural beliefs, which unfortunately are also interwoven with religious ideology. The only solution is to increase the awareness of people through education. Eventually people will learn that sexual desire is a natural human instinct that can be controlled by their minds. The key to developing a strong mind is to develop strong self-discipline. This can be achieved by listening to your conscience, which will improve your connection to the spiritual essence of the universe. Unlike false religious ideology, this is true spirituality. Most religions are good self-discipline builders that can help people blow themselves up in crowds or encourage ideas of racial superiority that lead to racism and bigotry, but they are weak conscience builders because they rely on corrupt ideology to thrive. That is why we see pastors sexually abusing children or taking advantage of their followers financially and sexually, and men seeking to marry children and having sex with animals. They don't know how to use their conscience to build and regulate their morals, so they make excuses saying a devil is responsible for desire and temptation. Unconscious people have traditionally attempted to manage their sexual desires by blaming women for their lack of self-control. They have thwarted the development of female sexuality within their societies by mutilating the genitals of females. Black consciousness calls on all cultures that still practice female genital mutilation to listen to your conscience and the cries of every young girl that you cut to stop this unnecessary tradition, because sexual desire can be controlled by developing strong consciences.